Some men see tattoos as art, a rebellious streak, a spark of fire that makes a woman more exciting. But too many men mistake chaos for depth. They confuse wounds for wisdom, and they jump headfirst into connections without ever asking, what are her tattoos actually saying? Because behind every inked design is a story, a memory, a rebellion, or a warning. And when you don't look deeper, when you date purely off surface-level attraction, you might find yourself trapped in something that started with adrenaline, but ends in emotional wreckage. This isn't about judging women with tattoos. It's about understanding what that ink might represent and how it could impact you. Let's talk about the 10 overlooked risks of dating a woman with tattoos. 1. Her identity might be built on rebellion, not reflection. Tattoos can be deeply personal, but when a woman wears them like armor, bold, excessive, always needing to be seen, it can signal that her identity was shaped in opposition to something. Not growth, not healing, but rebellion. And here's the risk. When a person defines themselves by what they reject, authority, tradition, stability, then relationships become battlegrounds. You're not dating a woman who sees you. You're dating a woman still fighting ghosts from her past. Parents she never forgave, lovers who betrayed her, a world that never gave her peace. And in her war against the past, you become collateral. She'll push boundaries, test your patience, call you controlling when you set standards. Because to her, love still feels like domination. The tattoo wasn't just ink, it was her way of saying, I choose me, no matter who it hurts. 2. Her pain is still unprocessed. She just decorated it. Tattoos are often born from pain, a breakup, a death, a trauma. And instead of therapy, reflection, or silence, some choose ink. Why? Because pain demands expression. And when someone doesn't know how to feel their emotions, they try to show them instead. That rose on her ribcage? It might be the only thing she did after burying someone she never forgave. That phoenix on her back? Might be from a breakdown she never fully recovered from. You think you're dating a woman with edge, but you might be dating a woman who's bleeding beneath every symbol on her skin. And unprocessed pain doesn't stay quiet. It erupts. She'll accuse you of things you didn't do, push you away, then cry that you don't chase. Use your love as proof that she's finally healed, then sabotage it to test if you'll stay. Be careful, because ink fades, but trauma doesn't. 3. Her need for attention might be bigger than her capacity for intimacy. Let's be brutally honest. Some women don't get tattoos for personal meaning. They get them to stand out, to be noticed, to get reactions, to be different, even if they're just following another trend. And here's the risk. If attention is her fuel, your relationship will never be enough. You'll feel like you're dating a billboard. Her Instagram will be her altar. Her likes will mean more than your words. You'll find yourself competing, not against another man, but against an entire audience she's addicted to impressing. And you can't build something real with someone who's always performing. She'll let you in, just enough to feel close, then pull away the second you stop applauding. Because to her, attention is validation. And intimacy? That's vulnerability. That's scary. That's too quiet. 4. She might romanticize chaos. There's a seductive energy some tattooed women carry, that wild, untamed, live fast, feel everything vibe. And at first, it's intoxicating. She'll drag you into spontaneous nights. You'll make love under neon lights. You'll feel like you found your own personal storm. But storms don't last. They destroy. And what feels like passion in the beginning often becomes exhaustion in the end. You'll try to build something stable. She'll say you're boring. You'll try to plan for the future. She'll say you're controlling. Because some people don't want peace. They want intensity. And when the high fades, they'll either provoke drama or leave. You weren't her partner. You were her escape from the silence she couldn't sit with. 5. She may have a history that's hard to unravel. Ask yourself this: why does she have a tattoo of a man's name she won't talk about? Why does she flinch when you ask about certain years of her life? Why does she carry a story for every tattoo except one? Tattoos are permanent. So are some mistakes. You might be stepping into a history that's darker than she admits. Exes that ended violently. Addictions she hasn't outgrown. Communities she was once tangled in. And no, her past doesn't define her. But when she refuses to own it, when she hides it behind vague smiles and you wouldn't understand, that's not healing. That's concealment. And concealed chaos always finds a way to erupt. 6. She might resist traditional commitment. Some women wear ink to signal non-conformity. No rules, no expectations. Let's just vibe. That sounds fun until you want something real. And suddenly she's ghosting you. Mocking marriage, saying labels are toxic. You thought you were building a future. She was just enjoying the moment. And if you press her for clarity, she'll accuse you of being possessive. Because to her, freedom means never being accountable. Be cautious, because not every free spirit is evolved. Some are just scared of choosing and being chosen in return. 7. Her tattoos might speak before she does, and not everyone will listen kindly. You may love her ink. You may even see the stories behind them. But the world doesn't always look that deep. Your family might raise eyebrows. Employers might judge. You might see her mistreated in spaces where perception still shapes opportunity. And if she thrives off being misunderstood, if she wears rejection like a badge of honor, you'll have to deal with the fallout. You'll defend her while she starts the fire. You'll soothe her while she rages against the world. And you'll wonder why peace always feels so far away. 8. Her sense of self might be external, not internal. Look deeper. Does she know who she is without the ink? Or is she still trying to become the woman she wants to be? One needle, one symbol at a time. There's nothing wrong with self-expression. But when tattoos become the only identity, when every year brings another sleeve, another piercing, another new version of herself, you have to ask, is she expressing her truth or escaping it? You don't want to fall in love with a moving target. You want a woman who knows herself, not one still performing for the mirror. 9. She may use her tattoos as a shield against intimacy. Some women get tattoos to take back control of their body, after abuse, after betrayal, after pain, and that's powerful. But sometimes that armor becomes permanent. She'll flirt like fire, then flinch at real connection. She'll tease, then pull back. She'll let you close physically, but never emotionally, because deep down, the tattoos weren't about expression. They were about protection. And if you're not careful, you'll fall for the persona she shows and miss the woman buried underneath. And no matter how hard you try, you can't love someone into healing. She has to choose that path herself. 10. She might project her insecurities onto you. Here's the brutal truth. A woman covered in ink might look bold, but deep inside, she might still be the insecure girl trying to prove she's fearless. She'll test you to see if you'll stay. She'll push you to see if you'll control her. She'll accuse you of the very things she secretly fears she deserves. And unless you have rock-solid boundaries, she'll drag you into her emotional whirlpool. You'll spend more time defending your love than enjoying it. You'll keep proving you're not the enemy to someone who already sees every man as a threat. Tattoos don't make a woman toxic, but they do tell a story. Your job isn't to judge her ink. It's to listen to what it reveals. Is she healed or hiding? Is she evolving or escaping? Because when a man builds a life with a woman still at war with herself, he doesn't find freedom. He finds fury dressed in beauty. If you've ever fallen for the woman with the wild eyes and hidden pain, if you've loved someone whose tattoos told stories she was never ready to explain, then type, "I see the signs now," in the comments. Let's see how many men are done romanticizing red flags. And if this message struck a nerve, if you're ready to love with clarity, not chaos, then subscribe. Not just for the next lesson, but because you're building yourself into a man who sees beyond the surface. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay real.